James Comey under new scrutiny this morning for his handling of Hillary Clinton's email investigation. The Justice Department's internal watchdog launching an investigation into the Clinton email probe. This morning, the Wall Street Journal is calling for Director Comey to resign. CNN's justice correspondent Evan Perez is live in Washington with more. What have you learned, Evan?
Well, Allison, the FBI director's job is designed to remain above the political fray, but Jim Comey, in his fourth year of a 10-year term, is taking a lot of political fire, and now he's also facing a new Justice Inspector General inquiry for his handling of the investigation of the Hillary Clinton email server. Now, this morning, the Wall Street Journal, in an editorial, says it is time for Comey to go. The paper says, quote, "The best service Mr. Comey can render his country now is to resign. Failing that, Jeff Sessions should invite him for a meeting after he's confirmed as Attorney General and ask for him to resign." Now, among the things the Inspector General is investigating is that extraordinary July press conference in which Comey said he would recommend no charges against Clinton, but no reasonable prosecutor would bring a case against her. And then, breaking with protocol, Comey went into great detail about all the things he thought that Clinton did wrong, including calling her extremely careless in her handling of classified information. The Inspector General is also going to look into Comey's October surprise letter to Congress a few days before the election, in which he announced that the new emails had turned up and that the FBI essentially was reopening its investigation of Clinton. Comey says that he welcomes this new investigation by Inspector General Michael Horowitz. He says, quote, "He is professional and independent, and the FBI will cooperate fully with him and his office." And meanwhile, we know that President-elect Donald Trump has already suggested that he's not sure Comey should stay on in his administration. Chris?
All right, Evan, perfect question for our next guest. Thank you very much. Joining us is Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. She's a Republican from Tennessee and the vice chair of the Trump transition team. Good to see you, Congresswoman.
Good to see you.
Should Jim Comey resign from the FBI?
I think that that is a discussion that he and Jeff Sessions, after he is confirmed, should have. And I think it's inappropriate for anyone right now to say you have to do this or you have to do that. We are 1 week away from President-elect Trump taking the oath of office and being sworn in. We are just a little bit further than that from people taking these positions as the secretaries and the head of agencies. And Chris, I think that we leave this for now Senator Sessions, who will be the AG at that point, to sit down with Mr. Comey and begin to unravel what it is that has transpired over these last several months. You know, we have seen these leaks, we have seen leaked information, we have seen the federal government agencies used against citizens, whether it was IRS or DOJ, and I think what people want is the facts. And they want to know exactly what has happened.
Sessions, if he gets confirmed and becomes the next Attorney General of the United States, can only advise, right, and recommend and discuss with the FBI director, but the president can remove him for cause. Do you think our next president, Donald Trump, would consider that?
I think that the appropriate thing at this point in time is to set aside conjecture and to allow the proper process to take place. What people want this country to return to is orderly process, whether it is the chambers of Congress and the execution of our Article I powers or Article II, which is the executive branch.
Right.
So let's set this aside and let them handle it in the appropriate way.
Right. And under Article II, actually, Congress also would have authority to remove a civil servant after a process. So we'll see what plays out. In terms of conjecture and people wanting things done the right way, the president-elect once again tweeted today, I believe, about the intelligence community, accused them of leaking, and put intelligence in quotes. This is after he said he has tremendous respect for the intelligence community. Putting intelligence in quotes and accusing them of leaks when there is no proof as such is not respectful. How do you reconcile the two?
Well, you know, I think what you have to do is look at the quotes that you've got James Clapper, who's the director of national intelligence, and the things that he has had to say about this and the leaks and how offended he is with those leaks.
But he does not
Mike
say
Morrell.
any leaks came from his agency. That's the point of his letter.
But he knows that they have come, and trying to figure it out. The offensiveness of the leaks and the lack of trust, or Mike Morrell with his comments. And, you know, I think, Chris, that is why people are saying, wait a minute, you know, why is it that these federal agencies are not playing by the rules of the game? Why is it that they're putting this information out there?
But where's the proof that a federal agency put out any of this intelligence that CNN's been reporting on?
Look at this headline about Chuck Schumer's comment. You know, Chuck Schumer saying if you cross the intel guys, they've got 6 ways from Sunday from coming after you. Really? I mean, that is now acceptable.
Is that news to you that the intelligence community? Well,
it is inappropriate.
That's Chuck Schumer, a politician, making a suggestion. That's not a truism, right? We don't know that that's a threat.
Let's see. Intel officials have 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, I know how to read also,
you.
Congresswoman. I'm saying that's a politician making a statement.
Well, the fact that there would be retribution put on a citizen by a federal agency, whether it is an intel agency, whether it is the IRS, whether it is DOJ,
is wrong.
It is wrong.
Right, but you need
that
proof
is right.
of it.
Or it doesn't matter if it's the EPA. Look at the number of small business manufacturers they've shut down in the past 10
I understand.
years.
I'm just saying we have no proof. Maybe you do, and I'm happy to hear the offer of it.
Well,
that the intelligence agencies leaked because the president-elect is putting intelligence in quotes and accusing them of having leaked, even though Clapper just told him he does not believe there were any leaks from the agencies.
But Clapper admits that there are leaks, and they're trying to figure out where they're coming from.
But that he thinks they weren't from the agencies.
You had a opposition research report that ended up getting into. They submitted to the FBI, unverified, then it's all made public, and then you have all of these other stories about the leaking and the hacking. And what people want at this point in time is some clarity, and they want the conversations of conjecture, and they want the rumor mill to stop.
Right,
and
but clarity doesn't come from calling.
I think that's where we need to leave this.
But clarity doesn't come from calling reporting that you don't like fake when all of it winds up being corroborated by multiple sources from the government.
Chris, clarity will come when mutual respect is shown and when there is responsibility taken. So let's get back to an orderly process, and let's get this country back on track, and let's have people start acting like adults and show respect and agree to disagree agreeably, and to act as if they are adults and that they put the country first and they stop the pettiness. That is what the American people want. They are sick of this mess.
I agree with you about that. I think
Yes.
everybody agrees on that, Congressman Blackburn, and that's why we're going to do our job as best we can. Be well to you, and see you soon.
Absolutely. See you soon. Take care.
Allison.
Were any of FBI Director James